guys, welcome back to Not Your Mama's MLM podcast. So I have been thinking about hacking things up and how to MLM hack, yeah? So here's the thing. As you guys know, I'm a part of the One Funnel Away Challenge and support group for MLMers. And I have been working on some other concepts. And one of the things that, Steve Larson talks about in the challenge is to be a coach and to find a coach, right? So you find a coach and be a coach. And honestly, one of the best things that I can say I've ever learned, and I've known this about myself for a long time, as well as, something that he mentions is the fact that you learn something so much more in depth when you are a coach or when you're a teacher or when you are, going through that process. So today we are, in the beginning of our offer hacking opportunities and really trying to figure out what's going on. And as I'm teaching it to people, I came up with this idea for my own business, which I'm super excited about, in terms of my products. So I'm super excited about that idea. And what I really wanted to get on here today and talk about wasn't so much about, hacking, but what you're hacking. So a lot of times when we are looking for opportunities to hack something, we look for things in our own industry, our own business. So, if you're in health and wellness, you're looking at what other health and wellness people are doing. If you're in the makeup industry, you're looking at what other makeup artists are doing. If you're in the hair care industry, you're looking at what other hair care artists are doing. If you're in the, debt relief programs or something like that, you're looking at what other companies in your industry are doing. I think this is probably one of the biggest failures that we have is that we're looking only within our own market. So we talk about there's three major markets that we use when it's selling. They're kind of the no-brainer markets. There's health, there's wellness, and there's relationships, right? There's three major markets that is kind of a no-brainer that people are going to spend money on. They're going to spend money on their health. They're going to spend money to make money, and they're going to spend money so that they can have better relationships. And sometimes we don't understand exactly how our businesses, especially in MLM, fit into that because we aren't creating the business from the ground floor up. We're actually stepping into the sales and marketing side of things. So we don't really dig very deep, especially since we're not taught that we're in sales. We don't dig deep to figure those things out. So if you actually were evaluating your business and you're looking at it and saying, okay, well, what major market am I in? Am I in health? Am I in wellness? Am I in, relationships? You can actually take especially when it comes to your business opportunity, you can take your business opportunity and actually use almost any of those. Health is a little bit different, except for those that are in more of the health and wellness MLMs. You can do that because obviously you can sell health through having a business that forces you to think about your health on a daily basis. Absolutely, that can be a work. But at the same time, you can sell your health business and as a network marketing company or as a business fuel or a vehicle to make money. So that would be the wealth industry. And of course, we know there's a lot of people who get into MLM space, not even for the money, but they're in it for, the opportunities to have friends, the connections that they make with people and how that has evolved and changed their lives. So that's relationships. You're selling relationships. And depending on your personal style, your personality, you might find one of those more attractive than others. If you've ever read the four colors of MLM, the four color personalities, they talk about the reds and the blues, the greens and the yellows, and each of those has a different thing that they can tweak and plug into. Well, obviously your reds and your blues are really finding wealth, that you can really kind of attract some more of those people when you're teaching wealth through your network marketing. When your market is wealth and you're selling wealth through network marketing. Yeah, I did say that right the first time. But for your yellows who just want to help everybody on the face of the planet, that are, they're just those kinds of people, the bleeding hearts, sorry guys, I don't mean to be rude. I'm just not a bleeding heart. And so it's really hard for me to understand how people come, and that's their only, their only perspective. I mean, there's definitely part of my perspective to definitely want to help people. That's why I do. And that's one of the reasons why I do things, but that's not the only reason why I do them. Otherwise it wouldn't matter to me whether I made money or not. I mean, you're in business to make money. You're not in business to help other people. You're in business to help other people so that ultimately you can make money. Because if you're not making money from it, then you don't have a business. You have a hobby. So I just want to make that very clear. I'm not throwing rocks at anybody. And I'm not, saying, oh, the bleeding heart people are bad. We need those people in our industry. We need those people in the business because they keep the rest of us sane, right? So kudos to you guys. But they're going to be the people that you can sell relationships. You can sell the vehicle of relationships, that market, through your MLM opportunity. So that's, the really great thing. And then you can take that same opportunity and flip it on its head and make it a wealth opportunity at the same time. And then from there, you have another market after that, right? You have your niche market, which generally is going to evolve around your product if you're doing a product kind of funnel or a product kind of sales message. But when it comes to your opportunity, what is the niche that you've created for yourself? And then there's the blue market, red market strategy system. All of that was really not what I got on here to talk about today, but apparently that's the information I needed to deliver because that's what came out. What really was what I wanted you to challenge you guys to really think about is to take your vision, to take your market research outside of the industry, outside of MLM. Don't be caught up knowing that you have to be, you have to sell your business. This is part of the problem that we have in MLM is that we put our blinders on to the rest of the world. We know that, okay, well, in MLM, I have to do this, this, and this because that's what the uplines have said to do. But none of those things are being done in any other market. So we're blindsiding ourselves, we're blindsiding our downlines, we're blindsiding our sidelines by putting us in a box which says this is our marketing tactics. Word of mouth is our only marketing tool. That's it. So if you just go share all this information, you're using the word of mouth sales tactics, and that's going to create success for you. Well, that's fantastic, but that's only one marketing arm. There are multiple marketing arms, and that's where sales funnels comes in. Funnels are another marketing arm that we can leverage. But in order to take and go into the sales funnel side, we have to actually be willing to step outside of what we've already learned, step outside of our industry, step outside of our marketing box that we've been given, and look at other opportunities and look at how other people are doing it. So for instance, Russell Brunson, who is actually the head teacher in the One Funnel Away Challenge, he talks about how he was offer hacking a bunch of people, specifically in the health and wellness industry, which we all know a lot of those people have cookbooks. They'll have cookbooks or they'll have recipe books or they'll have, product guides. But essentially it came down to this cookbook concept. And the cookbook concept, he was like, well, that's awesome. Almost every single person in this industry who's in health and wellness has a recipe book. They have a cookbook. He said, well, how can I do that for funnels? How can I do that for my business? That's when the light bulb moment goes on. When you can see what's really working in somebody else's business and go, oh my gosh, that's super cool. And everybody's doing that, but nobody in my industry is doing that. So for instance, if I were to say, skincare, well, how can I create a cookbook for skincare? Is it possible? It might not be possible, but until you are willing to look outside of what is being done and just duplicating what's being done in your own personal industry, which our industry is obviously network marketing, looking outside of it and creating an offer, which is where creating a cookbook comes in. So there's two concepts there, guys, and I just realized I kind of mashed them together. Looking outside of the industry is number one, and then looking at things that are working outside of the industry and how they can be applied to us, because you have to be willing to do both of those things in order to find the next level of success, in order to be actually successful at sales funnels in MLM. Right? You have to understand, number one, you're in sales and you've got to find other markets to be able to work with. And number two, you have to figure out how you can take some of the ideas that are already out there and how they can work and apply to your particular industry and your business. So, I gave you the recipe for that. The recipe for those that are in the beauty industry. Let's say you're talking about those that are in jewelry. So how can you create a cookbook that has to do with jewelry? Another one he talked about is there's a gentleman who's very famous who did Fit to Fat to Fit in terms of how he built his business. And that's his hook. That's the thing that makes you intrigued. You're like, wait a minute, this guy was a trainer. He was fit. He actually intentionally got fat so that he could actually then intentionally get fit again and then be able to teach people, because it made him more relatable. So that's a whole nother story on itself. But how can he take that concept? Like, he can't take his business, again, I'm going back to Russell here. He can't take his business and be like, oh, well, how do you go fit to fat to fit with my business? What does that mean? What is the concept that's there? The concept that is that you started in one place, you got to another place, and you go back to the place that you were originally. So how can you do that with your business, with your MLM? How can you do that with his company, with, any company? And that's honestly where the 30-day challenge started from, where he actually put it out there to a bunch of different marketers within the industry. In the sales world in general, and ask them, well, what would you do if you had money? This is the beginning, the origin. You lost all of that, right? That's the fit and then the fat. And then to get your money back. That's where the fit comes in. What are the steps that you would take to do fit to fat to fit with your business? So how can that same concept, that hacking of your MLM, how can you do that? I offered this up to the team that I'm coaching in the MLM OFA. And I said, well, what if you had a team? What if you had an awesome team of people? And this is something that other people have done out there. Okay. So this isn't a new concept. It's just the fact that people aren't approaching the sharing of this information in the same way. And so that makes it a different marketing hook, and that makes it a different marketing offer, because it's the way in which you're approaching it. And this is what makes it super, super exciting. So if you had a team and you lost your team, what would you do to get your team back? So this is that 30 days. Like, if you had and you lost it and you had it again, you can do this with products. You can do this with your business. It doesn't matter. You can do it with your service. What would you do to go fit to fat to fit with your business, your product, your opportunity, right? So being willing to look outside, you can see these things, and it's super kind of exciting. So my challenge to you today is, if you are an offer hacker and you are interested in actually creating opportunities and offers and bringing more value to the market and bringing more value to your own business so that you can become an offer, so you can become, a specialty as opposed to a commodity, and you can really stand out and be able to outsell your upline and downlines and ethically be able to recruit more people in your business, then the One Funnel Away Challenge is definitely a solution for you. And I highly encourage you to join us in the MLM OFA challenge group, because what we're doing is taking the concepts and we're discussing them piece by piece of what's being taught. Because of course, when you're doing a challenge with multiple different industries, car salesmen, retail licensors, real estate agents, you're dealing with brick and mortar, you're dealing with consultants and coaches. When you're teaching that group of people, and there's 5,000 people in a group, it's very hard to get very niche down and speak specifically to a specific industry. And that's what I have taken upon myself, because one, it's something that I'm doing, and two, it's something that it helps me to be able to teach these concepts to you guys that much better when I take it upon myself to actually teach what I'm learning and how I'm understanding it. Now, does that mean I'm always right? Probably not. I'd love to think that I'm always right, but I am constantly looking to improve myself. And so the One Funnel Away Challenge gives you the opportunity to really walk through this new concept of creating offers around your MLM opportunity, around your MLM products or your MLM service. It helps you to create new opportunities. It creates you a new marketing and sales message so that you don't sound like every other person in your company. You don't sound like your upline. You don't sound like your downline. You're not copying and pasting messages because that's what worked for somebody else, because it's not who you are there to serve, and it's not who you're actually going to be able to attract being you. If you want to pretend to be somebody else and do some attraction marketing, which, you have to become something that somebody wants you to be versus what you are, and really just walking through and letting people really find the attractive character in you, then absolutely attraction marketing is going to work for you. But it's not going to work for you if you are truly looking to, bring more value to the industry, because the value that you bring is you, and you hear this all the time. People don't buy products, they buy you, and then they buy the products. So come join us in the One Funnel Away Challenge, guys. I have a landing page you can go to so you can see exactly how we do this, because it's the exact same process that I can hand off to you so that you're able to also have this same kind of bridge page and affiliate page where you're able to sell somebody else's product, because essentially that's what we do in MLM. We sell somebody else's product. It's not something that we have control over the cart. So you can see exactly what I'm doing. And this is part of the process. It's part of you learning to mirror what I'm doing as well. And you can actually model the same materials and the same offers and be able to get that out there in the world. But you can go to leahmoore.com/MLM-OFA-challenge. Join the challenge. The next challenge actually starts next Monday. So you have until Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to actually join us on the challenge. But guys, we're running 2 challenges simultaneously, which is going to be a lot of work. I got to say, it's going to be quite a bit of fun, but I'm looking forward to it because it's definitely something that I'm enjoying doing. It's really making me reevaluate how I work my business, how I teach my team to work their businesses, and really becoming the entrepreneurs in our business and getting out of being the business owner and getting out of the minutia and being able to get into the actual level of excitement and being able to scale our businesses exponentially. So jump on over there. I can't wait to see you guys there. Mwah. Bye.